Okay, today's video is about Leetcode daily problem. I already solved it, but let me double do that second time so I can share my solution. So when I was reading this problem, I started to think about this sorting queries array, and then for the let's say I have like two events in a query in the query start at I. It should be +1, and query end at let's say, so at left, and then here gonna be at right, it's gonna be -1, and then I can unify all this event in a single like array, and then have, let's say, this array that has like I'm gonna sort by li and ri. So I'm gonna have, like, say, query start at 1. So for this case, when I have like queries 0, 2, or let's say when the queries has 1, 3, and 0, 2. So I'm gonna have like 1 start, and then gonna be +1, and then I'm gonna, because I wanna do the next one for the end, decrement actually next index. So it's gonna be 3 or like 4 -1 next event, and next event gonna be next query, gonna be 0 +1, and then 3 -1, and then I wanna sort these events by the date, or like by the first element, and it's gonna be 0 +1, and then next gonna be 1 +1, and that's gonna be 3 -1, and then 4 -1, and then I need to compress it because there might be multiple events that are ending at the same time, or like starting at the same time, but this one doesn't need compression, but it might need that one. So like all the events are unified. So let's assume this is already compressed, and then I'm gonna go through the nums arrays 4, 3, 2, 1, and this one 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'll have the pointer here and pointer here, and then at 0 I have already +1. Also I need to kind of save, instead of like deltas, I need to save total accumulated value. So here gonna be 1, here gonna be 2, here gonna be 1, and here gonna be 0. And then I have like a pointer here, and I move the pointer p1, and then let's say I have like p here and q here. Let's say have I have q here, and then I here, and then here I can like pointer I pointing to 0, and here pointing q pointing to 0. So I need to apply this one 1. So this one gonna be 3, and that's already kind of not satisfying the equation, because it should be 0. Let's say we change it to 1, and then here we change it to 0, to 2, and then 2, and then at 3, 1. So what I do here, so pointer at I, pointing at 0, pointing at q, how is this possible? Okay, that's buggy. So pointer at q, pointing at 0, the value is 1, so I can easily decrement it to 0. So next I move the pointer I. Pointer at I is like pointing at 1, pointer at q pointing to 0, so I need to move q. No, pointer q while it's not, while it's equal to the current one. So currently pointer q points to 1 and the accumulated value is 2, so I can decrement this to 0. And then I move pointer I to 2. And then I move pointer so I also need to store like current value, yeah, accumulated. So I move pointer q at 3, but like I should not apply it yet. So I apply like accumulated value 2. So here is 0, and then move to pointer 3 here, and then here so accumulated value is like current is 0, or like current is 1, so like this one 0 becomes 0. So it seems like a lot of calculation, and also I need to do log n log n to sort all this event. So definitely not a good pass. So I checked the solution, like it was saying like prefix sum, and they suggest something like this. They don't suggest, but I started to think about this, and instead of like saving all these events to interim to the interim array, I decided like to do this following. I go through the queries and I create the array of n, that's length of nums, and then for every query here I check, okay, at index 1, so I have like indexes 1 2 0 1 2 3 4, no, just 3, and then for the queries I have like 1 start at 1 and then end at 3, so I have like I record there plus 1, and because like it's end at 3 I need to like do like at 4 it's gonna be minus 1, so I add plus 1, but at 4 is not valid because the length is 3, so I just skip it altogether. So the next one is 0 2, 0 at 0 should be plus 1, and at 2, I mean at 3, so it should be minus 1. And then I go through this array and change it to accumulated value, so like at 0 gonna be 1, at 1 gonna be 2, at 2 gonna be 2, at 3 gonna be 1, and that's gonna be it. And then I go through the nums, so this is accumulated value, and I go through the nums and check if the current num is less or equal the accumulated value. If it's yes, then I continue. If it's not, I return false, and in the end I return true. So that's it. So the time complexity of this one, so I need to often for all this linear traversals, and then also I need often space. So time often of space gonna be often also, because I need to save this accumulated or prefix array to interim array. So that's gonna be it. So I have, let's say I have prefix array for the in q, say int prefix gonna be new int, so I'll have this nums int n equals nums length, and then I'll have this prefix n, and then for int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and then I'll do prefix queries I. Oh, I need to go through the queries length, queries I 0 plus plus equal, say plus equal 1, and then prefix queries I 1 plus 1, and if this one is less than n, I'll do incremental, oh, like decremental, minus equal 1, and then I'll go through there to change it from delta to accumulated. I'm gonna have this cumulative values are gonna have this update. Another one from I0, I less than n, I plus plus, and then prefix I gonna be prefix I minus 1 plus prefix I, and here I need to check if I minus 1 greater or equal 0. If it's so, then use it, if otherwise use 0. And then I need to go through the array nums for and I equal 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and then I need to check if nums I is greater than prefix I, I'm just gonna return false, or in the end return true. Queries I. This one is not. Okay, no, this one was correct. Okay, so that's it. Let me check what they suggest to do. Okay, so similar stuff. +1 minus equal 1. Yeah, it's like very similar to what I got. So I checked the prefix, like I checked just the topic that was prefix sum, and I was okay, I need to do something better than sorting, and then like I came up with a solution. So that's it.